Yo, what's up, y'all? We've got issues. We've got major issues going on with our food supply. It's out of control. It's weird. It is literally science fiction. I just got my Price Pottinger Nutrition Journal, my favorite journal in the world. You can get this at ppnf.org. You have to become a member, but it's totally worth it. And the headline article: Doctors warn, avoid genetically modified food. Well, it's about time. The author of this article is Jeffrey Smith, who is the author of Seeds of Deception as well as Genetic Roulette, world's foremost expert on genetically modified organisms. GMOs are something we haven't really talked about much here, but I want to read a few excerpts from this article just to kind of drive home how crazy this is. I hate to read to you guys again, but check it out. When GMO soy was fed to female rats, most of their babies died within 3 weeks compared to a 10% death rate among the control group fed natural soy. The GM-fed babies were also smaller and later had problems becoming pregnant. We have to consider that infertility is a major issue going on. Number two, in the U.S., about 24 farmers reported that thousands of pigs became sterile after consuming certain varieties of GM corn. Some had false pregnancies. Others gave birth to bags of water. This is crazy. Cows and bulls also became infertile when fed the same corn. I'll give you guys a couple more. In India, animals graze on cotton plants after harvest, but when shepherds let sheep graze on Bt cotton plants, thousands died. And then lastly, Monsanto, the corporation that produces a lot of these genetically modified organisms, their own study showed evidence of poisoning in major organs of rats fed Bt corn. We'll get into Bt corn in a second. First off, what is a genetically modified organism, and are you eating them? If you're not eating like 100% organic, non-processed food diet, you're very likely eating GMOs every single day. Common ones are corn, soy, canola oil, cottonseed oil, and these days sugar. Sugar is one of the newer ones because they're now starting to genetically modify sugar beets. And if you consider this, that the average American eats anywhere between 150 to 200 pounds of sugar per year, that's a lot of GMO sugar, you know what I mean, if it was all GMO. So gotta look out for that sugar. But what is a genetically modified organism? It's basically what happens when you artificially insert a gene into the DNA of a plant or an animal in order to produce a particular characteristic. So you can make it bigger than normal. You can reduce the freezing temperature of it. You can make it glow in the dark. They have genetically modified pigs that actually glow in the dark. It's real. Google it. You can also make them, or you can make crops resistant to particular pesticides like the Roundup Ready soy produced by Monsanto. And you can also make the plant or the crop produce its own pesticide. It'll produce toxins itself. Now, check this out. Back before we had this weirdness, farmers of all kind, even organic farmers, would spray Bt toxin on their plants. Okay, perfectly safe, produced by a natural soy bacteria called Bacillus thuringiensis. And what happens is when the bugs would come up and try to eat the crop, they would eat the Bt toxin. The Bt toxin would go in, split open the stomach of that bug, and of course kill the bug. Totally natural, totally safe. The sun would break down a lot of the Bt toxin that was sprayed on the crop. You can wash it off, you know, before you eat it. Totally safe. But now we have a major problem because we have engineered soy and corn to make their own Bt toxin. They're literally Bt toxins. There's a factory of Bt toxins inside of the corn and soy. And the thing about it is that it's extremely toxic, and it's 1,000 times the concentration of the actual Bt toxin that was sprayed on the plants before. That's some serious stuff right now. That has to affect people in some way. This is not rocket science. All right? And so people out there might say, okay, well, where are your human studies? That's the problem. There are no long-term human studies on genetically modified organisms. You and I are straight up guinea pigs. And we've talked about the animals before, but let's talk about one particular human study, the only published human study. It showed, check this out, that the DNA from the genetically modified crops can actually combine with the bacteria in our guts and produce our own toxic factories, our own pesticide factories within our guts. And if you think about this, what is it? 70-80% of the population has digestive disorders. Doctors deal with it every day. I deal with it every day. As I said, this is not rocket science. Guys need to avoid these genetically modified organisms. You can go to the, where's my thingy at? You can check out Seeds of Deception. You can also check this out. It's a non-GMO shopping guide. You can get this at, what is the website? www.responsibletechnology.org. I'll put it down here somewhere, but this is really cool because it literally has all the brands and whatnot that you'll find in the supermarket that are not GMO, so definitely check that out. That's it for the day. Just wanted to enlighten you on that stuff. You guys are probably wondering what this baby is right here. This is the newest addition to the studio. I'm going to keep it a secret. I'm going to keep it a secret till next week, but make sure you tune in because you're going to learn some cool stuff to do with the box. I'm out. Peace.